Okay, raise your hand if you've got a stash of mason jars collecting dust, because you just know there's going to be something amazing you can make with them. Well, today I have got 7 jaw-dropping ways to turn these jars into stars of your home. And friends, stay through to the end, of course, but my favorite is project number 6. It checked off all the boxes. It was easy, it was pretty, and it was useful. Anyways, I dare you to make it through this video without wanting to do at least one of the projects. They are so much fun. I did a bunch of things from storage to fall decor. These ideas are just so good and easy, and they don't break the budget. So, friends, I'm so excited you're here. Thank you so much, and let's get to it. Okay, friends, let's kick off some super fun projects using mason jars. Today, this one's super fun. We're going to make some knobbed ones. For this project, we're going to use some Dixie Belle paint, the color is Fluff, some dishwasher safe Mod Podge, some multi-surface black paint, some of these beautiful mason jars I got on clearance at Target. I also have some knobs. This is the box it came in at Target. So cute. So I also have some knobs. These are old knobs that I had gotten on clearance somewhere at a restore. A couple of wood beads and my crocodile. Do you have to use the crocodile? No, you could use like E6000 and just not screw this into the lid. Now I'm going to take my lids and rings off of my mason jars. I'm going to mark the center of each of the liners, and then I'm just going to pop a hole in the center. Again, if you don't have a crocodile or you don't want to do this part, you easily could use E6000 or some other heavy-duty adhesive to just glue the knob on the top. But I can't use the heavy-duty adhesives because we have allergies. So next, I'm going to take my fluff and see what I'm doing with my brush. I am doing it in swirls. It gets into those nooks and crannies, and you don't get a bunch of those globs of paint. So this is the best way I've found to do it. If you know a better way to paint with designs on it, let me know in the comments, because I'm always open to learning new things. But I go around the jar all over, painting it. Again, the color is Fluff. You could use any white chalk paint or any color for that matter. I mean, this I'm just using white because I thought it would look super pretty, but you could, oh my goodness, paint it any color. Can you imagine a pretty like dusty pink? Oh, so pretty. Anyways, you'll also notice that I don't do the bottom until I stabilize it and put it on the drying mat. And the reason why is because this helps me be able to put it down and I don't have to mess up the bottom. And I don't get my hand dirty. Anyways, then we're going to let it dry. I'm going to do another coat. Could you do just one coat? I suppose, but I just think look at how much better it looks with that second coat on there. And I do the same process. Then we're going to take our dishwasher safe Mod Podge and our multi-surface black paint, mix it together, and then I'm going to do the rings and the lids. Now I went with my brush first, and then I used a dauber to go over that after, because it gets the brush strokes out and then it gives us a cool like texture to it looking. It just looks really neat. So that's what I did with all of them, the lids and the rings. I'm doing 2 jars. You could do as many jars or as few jars as you wanted. Once your jar is completely dry, again, you don't have to do this part, but you know I love distressing. I took a sanding pad and just went over and distressed all of the raised parts. Holy Toledo, this makes my farmhouse little heart so happy. Oh, look how pretty it is. Again, if you don't like the distress vibe, don't do that part. It's totally fine. You also could go over it with like Rub and Buff or some other paint to do with this, but I happen to just sand it, so I liked it that way. Then I do a coat of dishwasher safe Mod Podge on top just to seal it, and then we're going to put together our lids. Now, the screws were too long, so you know me. I'm a problem solver, aka maybe a little lazy, but that's okay. I put the knob and the bead together, and now it filled up where that screw was. Ta-da! Could I have cut down the screw? I suppose. But I didn't have time for that. I needed the project done. And look at how cute it is. So cute. I love it. Oh, and you could put this in your bathroom. Oh my goodness. You could put Q-tips and cotton balls or whatever. Or you could put on your craft table and put all of your knickknacks in it. Whatever. Sky's the limit. Okay, was that fun? I just love the distress part. And yeah, I know I was being lazy with the bead, but come on, it was easy. And maybe you could use that hack another time. I don't know. Coming up next, we are going to make something super pretty that you've seen me make before. We're going to make a tissue jar, but this time we're going to use a napkin to put on the outside of the jar to make it super pretty. Okay. Let's continue our fun with mason jars and make a tissue jar, but this one we're going to decorate with a napkin. So for this project, I'm using some pretty napkins I got from Marshall's. I also have a mason jar. This is a big one. I also have some dishwasher safe Mod Podge. It's the matte one. And then I have chalk paint. The color is drop cloth. It's an off-white chalk paint. Then I take my mason jar and I just roll it on my napkin just to make sure that I have enough room to cover the whole mason jar. Get your napkin down to 1 ply. Then I'm going to paint my mason jar. I'm just using 1 coat of that chalk paint and I'm going to cover the entirety, including where the threads are on the neck of it. Then I'm going to take some dishwasher safe Mod Podge and I'm going to do just a small section. To be clear, did not even rinse out my brush from the paint. Then I'm going to add my napkin. I am not concerned about the wrinkles. So I know you're going to see this and be like, oh my gosh, you're doing all of the wrinkles. Yes, I like the wrinkles. So all I'm doing is I put my napkin down and then I just smooth it out with my brush. I then pull the napkin back, like kind of fold it up, put more dishwasher safe Mod Podge on, kind of straighten it out as best I can, smooth it out, and then put more dishwasher safe Mod Podge on that and go around the jar. I trim off the excess, make sure that we put some more dishwasher safe Mod Podge under the edge so that it will seal, and then I trim the bottom and the top. Now you can trim as close or as much as you want, depending on how much of the bottom you want the jar to be covered. And then I go over the top and just go make sure that I get everything with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Again, I'm not worried about the wrinkles because I think it adds to the vintage looking of it. But if you did not want wrinkles, then tell me in the comments if anybody knows how to get no wrinkles, because I am there for it, though I do like it like this. And again, I did not rinse my brush, so there's like a creamy white on top of it, which makes me very happy. Okay, these are tissues that I got from Dollar Tree, and all I'm doing is going around that inner part and kind of like breaking the seal. It's just like thick cardboard, and then I pull that ring out. It looks a little Hot Mess Express. It's okay. It's all right. Then I pull out all of the tissues and I try not to disturb them too much because we're just going to put those in our big jar. Ta-da! And they're ready, right? They're ready to go. You don't have to refold them or anything. Then I put that inner ring, that paper ring we took out, I put that on the inside of our ring for our mason jar, screw on the top, and friends, that's it. She's ready. Look at how cute she is. A lot of people ask, why would I do this? Because those little paper ones flop all over the place. This one, you can have it on your desk and pull a tissue out and it's not going anywhere. Well, and I think it's adorable. But anyways, friends. I love doing those jars. And I'm so excited that Dollar Tree now has the cylinder tissues. I hope your Dollar Tree has it because it's a game changer for me. Anyways, while I have you here, hi. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification if you haven't already so you don't miss any of the Crazy Pants DIY fun. All right, back to it. We have a project that is as easy as it is, it's also whimsical and fun and so easy though. So easy. So easy your children could do this. It could be a fun little party thing. Oh, and there's so many uses for it. Can't wait for you to see it. Ready for some super easy mason jar fun? Oh, you're going to love this one. For this project, I'm going to be using some fabric from Dollar Tree. I also have one of their little mason jars, and I'm going to be using pinking shears to cut our fabric, and then I have some window clings. Look at how cute they are. I love them. Okay, so what I did was I took my fabric, which, stop, right? Like, look at all the little foxes and the mushrooms. It matches those window clings, which I'm so excited about. So anyways, I have this little Lazy Susan. I was trying to come up with just to cut a circle. This is like a 7.5-inch circle, way too big, but I figured I'd try. So all I did was trace it out, and then we're going to use our pinking shears. Like I said, it's about 7.5 inches. Again, too big for what I wanted it to look like. So I cut it out with my pinking shears, but decided way too much. I think that it needed to be way smaller. So We're going to set that aside and we're going to get our jar. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I get so frustrated with it that I'm like, I need to do something super easy and quick gratification. So that's why we're adding these window clings to the jar. So if you put these on the jar, they stick beautifully. I added no glue, nothing. And you just want to make sure that you really press it on there. And then I added, oh, look at the little hedgehog. And then they had a little jam jar. Like I just added until I couldn't add anymore. Like the only things that were left were too big. So whatever. But anyways, look at how cute this Look at how cute. This is so easy. And children could do this with you, or you could do this as a group like project. So much fun. You could probably put like potpourri in it, or cinnamon sticks, or lights. These would be great little luminaries, or you could put pencils or whatever. But anyway, so let's get back to that fabric. So see what I'm saying with it was too big. So my original plan, I was going to make it look almost like a jam jar, the old time ones where they would give a gift and it would have fabric on top. That's what I was going for. But look at it's too big. And I was like, come on, it looks like a stupid skirt. So, all right, back to the drawing board. So here's a tip for you. And this, listen, it helped a great deal. I fold it again. I probably could have folded it another time still. But this way we can trim it down and still maintain a circle-ish. It's not going to be a perfect circle. Don't get crazy. But so then I just trim it down and look at that. Now we have a circle. Hopefully it's a little better, which it is. I probably cut it down to probably, I don't know, a 5-inch circle. And look at how cute that is. I mean, stop. You could fill it with candy or little snacks or whatever. Could give it as a gift. I mean, and it's still, the jar is still there, right? So you could take all of this off and start again for another holiday. I love low commitment crafts, friends. Holy moly, was that super easy, but it came out so cute. I know. I love it. Coming up next, we are going to make another fun one. A little bit more work, but so worth it. It's so pretty. I can't wait for you to see this centerpiece. We're going to make an adorable little scarecrow centerpiece. So fun. And I'm thinking that we could use this idea for other holidays. Like you could make one a snowman. You could make one I don't know, you could make one a Santa. The sky's the limit. Can't wait for you to see it. Let's continue our mason jar fun by making a centerpiece, but this one's going to be adorable because we're going to make it a scarecrow. So for this project, we're going to use a mason jar. Got mine from Dollar Tree. I also have some chalk paint. The color is Savannah. It's like a brown. I also have some burlap, and I'm using Posca markers. You can get them at Target, Michael's, all sorts of stuff, but they're paint pens. I also have some little sunflowers and the grass hula skirt from Dollar Tree. So I first started by painting our jar, and I'm going to do 2 coats. This first coat, just straight paint. Let it dry. Then I take my paint and I mix it with dishwasher safe Mod Podge. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted it to kind of be sealed before I added my Posca markers. Just because that way it would be less apt to like scratch off the paint, if that makes sense. So let that dry. Then we're going to take our black Posca marker and we're going to do 2 ovals for eyes. Listen, friends, I know sometimes you get crazy and you think you can't do it. You can. It's not that big of a deal. It's a Dollar Tree mason jar. Don't worry. If you screw it up, you screw it up. It's fine. But you're not going to screw it up because they're 2 ovals. It's fine. Then we're going to do a triangle and then a squiggly mouth. And again, I do these things, make them wonky, because it makes it even cuter. Then I took my orange Posca marker and filled in the nose. Then I added a couple little white dots in the eyes to make them look adorable. And then I added just little lines on the nose and the mouth to make it look like stitches. Could I have made little X's, I suppose, but that was just one more layer that I just didn't want to do. I thought it looked good enough. You ever do that with a craft where you're like, okay, stop there because if you go any further, it might get bad. I do that all the time. All right, so here's you could use raffia for this, but I'm using the grass skirt and I'm just gluing it all the way around the jar where the threads are to put the lid. Should I have done it this way? I don't know, because the lid doesn't really fit fantastic. You really have to press it on there. If there was a better way to do it, I suppose I could maybe figure it out, but let me know in the comments if you have a better way. So then I added this is just a bouquet of flowers that I had gotten. They're fake from Michael's. I got them on clearance for like $3. And then look at, so cute. And then I scrunch up the raffia just so that it looks a little bit more messy. And again, the reason why I put it around the threads was because because if you do it on the lid, you have to kind of alter the lid every time because you won't be able to, right? Because the hair won't be on right. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, mistakes are made, whatever. I then I just glued that the burlap. I just glued it on the back. That's it. Then I tied it probably halfway up with some jute. And it makes it look like a hat. I can't even stop. How adorable is this? I did go around and fold up the burlap all the way around just to make it look more like a hat. And then I added that little flower. I mean, really? Yes. Is it goofy? Absolutely. But that's what I was going for. Anyways, so cute. I'm so excited that I did that. Makes me happy. Okay, come on. He was cute, right? So much fun. Anyways, coming up next, we are going to make the most adorable little fall decor shelf sitters. I have to say that slow. We're going to make a shelf sitter that spells fall. And we're going to use stuff that I found on clearance. It's so much fun, but it's so pretty. So much so that my daughter took them. I think I win when that happens, but I can't wait to see this. Continuing on our projects using mason jars, tonight we're going to make an adorable shelf sitter set. Oh, I had to say that slowly. All right, so I have some of these ribbons from Hobby Lobby. They were on clearance. One of them's like denim. The other is a braided jute. So pretty. Then I have 4 little jam jars. Had them in my stash, so I figured why not use them. I also have some florals. Most of them are from Walmart. And then I have these little letters. They're adhesive backed from Target. I got them on clearance. They were like $1 a piece. It was awesome. All right, so we're going to start by taking the lid off of our jar, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of glue, and then we're going to add our denim ribbon. I did not use a lot of glue on these because I thought, you know what, if we wanted to take this off and use it for another season, we totally could. So all I'm doing now, once that is adhered, is just wrap it around the jar, cut off the excess, and then I'm going to add some more glue to the end of that ribbon and then adhere it to itself onto the jar. Ta-da! I love this ribbon. It's almost got like fuzzy on the edges. It's so fun and so pretty. So then on the top of the jar, I have this jute braid, and I just added some glue, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other ribbon. We just add glue and then wrap all the way around this. We are not going to be using the rings or the lids, so it's okay that this is being covered. I'm going to cut off the knot from the beginning, and then I'm going to cut off the excess of the end, and then we're going to glue the rest of it down. It is very country-esque, so I am not looking for perfection. If you want perfection, then you would want to really get those ends and really get them in there. Look at how pretty, though. Oh, so pretty. All right, so then these are the little letters. This project was so easy. I was so happy how fast it went. Here are those little letters. We're just going to take the backer off of our little letters, and then we're just going to adhere them onto each of the jars. 1 per jar, and it's going to spell out fall. I mean, stop, right? Like, how easy and fun is this? This could be a whole, like, you could do a project, like a party, and make these together, or you could just whip this out in an afternoon. Not even, like, literally it took me like 15 minutes. It was done so fast. This is like a dopamine hit project, right? It's so fast that you're like, whoa, that was great. And it made me feel fantastic. So fun. All right, there it is, fall. And then all I did was take these little florals, and I did not put any floral foam in, nothing. I just popped them in the jars. Again, I was looking for a really easy project because I wasn't feeling great that day, and I was like, come on, let's just feel good. And so now I do. Yay! They were adorable, weren't they? I love them. And we can reuse the stuff too. So Super fun. Anyways, coming up next, it's my favorite. I can't wait for you to see this one. We're going to make a hanging wall sconce with a mason jar and Dollar Tree stuff. I'm so happy for you to see it. Are you ready to see one of my favorite mason jar projects? Oh, we're going to make a hanging lantern, and it is so much fun. For this project, I used some jute. Got it from Dollar Tree. I also have a mason jar, again from Dollar Tree. I have some of this brown wax. You could use stain if you wanted. I have some fairy lights, and then I have this long wood sign, some wire jute, and I did use my crocodile. So for this project, I'm going to take the tag off of our sign. I'm going to get that wax on. This is a dampened sponge, and I'm just going to like stain the board. That's all we're doing right now. Now, should I have measured and cut it before I did this? Yes. But that's okay, because you now know what you should do. So I measured where I wanted my mason jar to hang. Then I cut it. Then I'm sanding off the excess, and then we're going to figure out where we want our wired jute to go. So I'm just going to do one dot on one side of the mason jar and one dot on the other. And then I'm going to take my crocodile, and I'm just going to pop a couple holes. I'm telling you right now, friends, this We Are Memory Keepers crocodile is one of the best purchases I've ever made. It'll go through wood, metal, plastic, you name it. It is a workhorse, and I love it. Look at how cool. And the holes are like smooth. It's awesome. Okay, so then we take our wired jute and we put one end in one hole, and then I did wrap it with some masking tape, one end, just so that the wired jute doesn't unravel. And then I put that in on the other side. Now we have a loop. We're going to take our mason jar and we're going to put the mouth of it in that loop. Easy peasy. We are going to tighten it up. So all I did was just pull one side. I didn't necessarily need them to be even because we're going to trim off the excess, but we're just going to keep pulling each side so that it tightens up. And then what I did was just wrap them. It's, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Could I have done it a different way? I suppose so, but I just wrapped it on itself, cut off the excess. I did kind of fold the wire jute on itself just so that it didn't have any pokey parts sticking out. Then I wrapped some jute around the top just to give it a little bit more decorative kind of flair. I tied the top one in a bow. Look at how cute it looks. Oh. And then I did the same thing on the bottom, except that this one I just tied in a knot in the back just because I didn't need a bow. I thought that would be, it wasn't necessary. All right, so then we're going to add our fairy lights. You could use an LED candle if you wanted. You could use the fairy lights that Dollar Tree has. It's fine. I took a piece of double-sided tape and put it on the back of our switch for our fairy lights and just taped it on the back. I have this bouquet of flowers from Michael's that I got on clearance. I'm just cutting down the stems just so that they fit better in the jar so that they don't, so the florals look nice. And there we go. Are you kidding? Like, that's it. It's done. That was so easy, and look how pretty it is. This will make a great night light, or you could put it on your porch or in your breezeway so that when people come, they have a little night light, or just decoration. I just love it. Okay, tell me in the comments if that last one was your favorite like it was mine. It was so easy. Whew. Anyways, coming up next, our last project, we are going to make something super useful. We're going to make salt and pepper shakers, but we're going to make them with little peekaboo letters. I am super jazzed about them. And of course, we have to make a little crate to go with them. Hello. To finish up our fun with mason jars, we are going to do some adorable little salt and pepper shakers. I can't wait and a little matching crate. So for this project, I'm going to use these 2 little mason jar shakers from Dollar Tree. I have some brown wax, some drop cloth color chalk paint, a little mini crate, and then I have these poster board letters. Again, all from Dollar Tree except for the paint. I also have some dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So first I'm going to put the letter S on one of our jars and just make sure it's on there. And then we're going to put the letter P on the other one. Salt and pepper, right? Yay! All right, so make sure those are adhered. Then we're going to paint each of them with our chalk paint. Again, I'm using Dixie Belle. The color is drop cloth, but you could use any chalk paint that you wanted. Then to do a second coat, I actually mix the paint with some dishwasher safe Mod Podge, the matte one, and then I go over it for the second coat. You could just put a second coat on and then do a top coat of dishwasher safe Mod Podge, but I just wanted to see if this would work, and it did. Then once it's dry, I'm going to take our poster letter off. Ta-da. It's not perfect though, so we're going to go over with, this is just a Q-tip, and I'm just kind of cleaning up the edges and making sure that we got it all taken care of. And there it is. Love. Then we're going to do the same thing with the other one, with the letter P. We're going to take that one off. And again, it bleeds through a little bit, but not a ton. It's not so much that you can't fix it. So there it is. What? Look at how cute. Now, for the little crate, all I did was stain the little crate with the wax. You could use regular stain if you wanted. Now, I know I'm going to lose some people here. Stay with me. I did distress it with the same wax just because I wanted it distressed. If you don't like it distressed, don't do this part. But I think it looks really pretty with it junky like this. Again, though, don't do it if you don't like it. I know some of you are cringing. It's okay. Tell me in the comments. Go ahead. You can do it. But look at, I know somebody's going to say it just looks dirty. I agree to a certain extent. But look at, stop, right? We put the little lids on and look at how cute they are. I love them. So adorable. Then I thought, you know what? It needs a little bit more. So I added some jute to the top. I just wrapped it and then tied it in a knot. I didn't do anything fun and crazy, but look at what? I just think they're adorable. I did go further and do some sanding of the box again, because this is my vibe. This is, I like the distressed kind of primitive vibe. Again, everybody, you know the verse. If you don't like it, don't do it. But there you go. How much fun is this? They fit in the little crate. It would be a great little gift. You could do it any color that you wanted, but look at how fun, right? Oh, I love it. Anyways, friends, thanks so much for watching, and I hope this inspires you. Well, there you have it. We did 7 super fun projects with the humble mason jar. Let me be clear about something. I love a mason jar, even if it's just sitting on the counter and I don't do anything with it. They are so, country farmhouse. I love them. Anyways, let me know in the comments which one of the farmhouse projects we did today was your favorite. Are you going to try any of them? And did I kind of miss the mark on one of the projects? And if so, where? And what would you have done different? I'm so glad that you got to be here with me. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification just so you don't miss any of the Crazy Pants DIY fun. Again, thanks so much for being here, friends. Until next time.